now, it is a true honour to welcome a very good friend of mine and a thoroughly decent bloke, the Groom, Marquez, to present his speech.
On behalf of myself and Mrs. Ayres, I'd like to thank you all for being here today and sharing our special day with us. It really is amazing to be surrounded by so many people that are important in our lives, and we really do appreciate the effort that you've all gone to be here today. We're also so grateful, especially for those who've travelled internationally, including my parents, my niece Jessica, and your sister Kathleen, and our good MC over there, Ben, and his partner Kate. We'd also like to thank you for your kind wishes, generous gifts and support, and we really hope that you're enjoying today as much as we are. I'd just like to acknowledge a few people who unfortunately couldn't be here today, including my sister Julia, my brother-in-law David, and good friends of ours, Baz and Janet, Tess and Simon, and Chrissy. Hopefully they'll get to watch the replay. Well, Ange and I first met 5 years ago. Our first date was at a small restaurant in Manly named In Situ, and we had a wonderful evening, and I distinctly remember thinking that night that Ange really was somebody that I could imagine spending the rest of my life with. Although I couldn't help wondering how anyone could really be that kind, caring and considerate. But as I got to know Ange over the next few weeks, months and years, I realised that she really was that kind, caring and considerate, and that I'd struck the jackpot. I feel as though my life has been truly enriched with Ange over the past 5 years. This time has proven that we're a perfect match, and we share the same core values, taste in music, and even humour, or at least she's kind enough to pretend to laugh. Back in 2012, we decided to take a holiday in Western Australia, and this was a part of the world that I'd fallen in love with when I'd been travelling around 15 years earlier. And one of my fondest memories was watching the sun set over the ocean at Bustleton, and I was keen to go back there and share that experience with Ange. But as we were planning the trip, I realised that I didn't just want to share that experience with Ange, I wanted to spend the rest of my life with her. So as the sun set over Bustleton Pier, I asked her to marry me, and I was obviously delighted when she said yes. The last 2 years especially has been an amazing part of our journey with the birth of our daughter Emily. She's grown up into a bright, caring and sensitive child, despite what you might have seen earlier. The way that she's developing is a testament to Ange. She's proved herself to be an absolutely wonderful mother, and I'm very proud of her for that. As many of you know, Angie's part of a big family. She's actually one of 7 siblings. So when I was first invited round for dinner, I was naturally feeling pretty nervous. I shouldn't have been concerned though. I should have realised that given that her family are all part of the same family, that family being Angie's family, that they would be equally welcoming, and sure enough they were. So I'd like to take the opportunity to thank them for being so welcoming. I'd especially like to thank Angie's mum Bernie and dad Vic for doing such an incredible job at raising their daughter to become the person that she is today. I feel very lucky to have Bernie as my new mother-in-law. Unfortunately, it's true. Unfortunately, I never got to meet Angie's father Vic, But from everything that she's told me, I think we'd be good mates. And Ange assures me that he'd approve of me as a son-in-law. I promise that I'll take care of your daughter. I'd also like to take the opportunity to thank my mum and dad for everything they've done for me. You've always been there for me, and I feel very lucky to have you as parents. I really appreciate your love, support and patience, especially throughout those difficult teenage years, which I'm sure I'll grow out of eventually. And seriously, thank you for giving me such a wonderful start in life, and I hope I've made you proud. We're both very lucky to have had such perfect upbringings, and I'm hoping that your guidance as our parents will help us to bring Emily up in a similar way. Now, our day goes by. Just home on tonight. Our day goes by when Emily doesn't ask for nanny, granddad, or granny. So. Daddy's turn. Yeah. So thank you for being such wonderful grandparents. Well, there's so many people here that I'd like to thank for making today happen. I'm really hoping that I don't forget anyone, but if I do, then please put it down to nerves, because we're genuinely extremely grateful for everything that everyone's done today. Firstly, Michael, thank you, mate, for your kind words and toast. And Joe, for giving Ange away and not talking her out of it at the last minute, as I'm not And of course, for all your help with the design and printing of all the wedding stationery today. Ben, for agreeing to be our MC. We feel very privileged, not just to have you as our MC, but to have you as one of our best friends. It's a big ask for you and Kate to be away from the UK for such a long time. I'm glad that you could, fit us into your trip and be here today. And I'm glad that you're not just here, but that you're an important part of today. So thank you, Ben.
No, thank you.
Daniel and Adrian for performing at our wedding. It's really special to have such very talented family members involved in our big day. It makes it a very personal sort of affair, and we do really appreciate your music. Thank you. And you saw them here first, folks. There'll be someone walk past the door on the way out. Jim, where is he? Over there somewhere. There he is. When I first asked you to help out with the sound and music for the wedding, I honestly didn't realise what a big task this was going to be. And thank you so much for everything that you've done. Once again, you've proven to be an amazing friend. And we really do appreciate everything that you've done today. So, yeah, and also for not judging us on some of the cheesy music inclusions that we're listening to as well. So, thank you, Jim. Maria, where's Maria? The list is just endless. I'd be here for about 15 minutes, I think, if I listed all the things that you've done. So, just to name a few. The big one was just babysitting for Emily so that we could actually get things done for the wedding. Helping Ange out with a wedding dress, flowers, table arrangement, setting up the venue today, and just your constant support and advice, and just a million other things. So thank you, Maria. This day and Ray and Laura, just for helping Maria set the tables today. That was a huge help. So where are they? Ray did a lot today, apparently. Thank you, Ray. Matt, for getting Ange safely today, and for cleaning my shoes after climbing out of the grapevines from the photos earlier. I'm sure that wasn't originally on my list. I wasn't expecting that one. Thank you very much. And, our photographer Ali for doing such an amazing job, and we're really looking forward to seeing the photos. So thank you, Ali. and all the staff here at Peterson's, especially Naomi and Emily, for making today happen and being patient and flexible with our strange requests such as fat yak beer and other strange things we're asking for. Daryl for being the tech man today. I wasn't sure whether doing a live stream of our wedding was a good idea or whether it was just my inner nerd getting a bit carried away. But I think it works, mate, so awesome, well done. So thank you for that. I think I've remembered everyone, I've got on my list. Oh, apart from Kramer. So I can't get used to calling you by your proper name, Richard. It's just going to have to be Kramer now. I'm going to struggle with the next part of my speech, as there's somebody else in the room I also love a great deal. And that's my best man, my best mate, Kramer. Thank you so much for being my best man. Best man is an appropriate term. You've been amazing in helping today happen, minimising my faffing, helping to calm my nerves, and helping me not to get lost on the way here. You've also been an amazing friend over the past 17 years, and a great friend to both myself and Ange over the past 5 days. I do feel incredibly lucky to have you as my wingman today. I hope you don't mind me doing this, mate, but I just think it's really important that everyone knows about your condition, so sorry to have to do this, mate.
Which one?
Well, yeah. Many of you don't know, but Kramer has a rare medical condition. And I'm hoping that I'm not speaking out of line or creating an awkward situation, but I just think it's best that everyone's made aware of it. Kramer suffers from a rare condition which causes him to create imaginary, often far-fetched stories. This condition has progressed to a point where he genuinely believes these stories to be true. So I'd really appreciate it if you could bear this in mind and even humour him when he has a few words to say later in the evening. Anyway, mate, I couldn't let today pass without giving you a present for being my best man.
I dread to think, actually. Could it be? It's obviously it's not money.
It's not money.
Napkin? Oh. Brought to you by Bez's Illness of the Day.
Thank you so much for being Ange's bridesmaid. You've been a rock in helping Ange prepare for today, and you've just been a great friend, not just today, but over the past 20 years. Ange tells me that you've been a very protective friend over the years, to the point where you've threatened previous boyfriends, and I quote, that if they hurt Ange, I'm going to break every bone in your body. So I'd personally like to thank you for fighting off so many men. Ange and I are very fortunate to have you and Richard as such wonderful friends. Thank you. I'm sure you agree that Tilly really does look beautiful today, and I'll always remember you for being a big part of our special day. So on that note, I'd like to propose a toast to the bridesmaid. So we all be upstanding and raise your glasses. Join us as we toast Tilly. So finally, I'd like to finish by saying again how extremely lucky I feel to be here today. I've just become the husband of the most beautiful woman in the world. thank you, Ange, for agreeing to marry me. And I'm looking forward to the journey that we have ahead of us together.